Hey there and welcome back. Thank you so much for the patience as I've missed the last 2 weeks of videos, but as you can tell from the slightly new environment, Boyf and I have officially moved in to our new place. The old apartment had a really perfect lighting situation where it was like kind of foolproof. I sat in front of the window and could rely on the sun. This new apartment has a little bit trickier of a situation, so I'm trying to figure out how to fix everything that's going on here, whether I need additional artificial lights or maybe a ring light or something like that. But I have to ask you again for your patience as you bear with me through the transitional process. Today, I wanted to talk to you about something that I have an obsession with, and that is blackheads, sebaceous filaments, and pore strips. Oh my, I'm gross. I am addicted to lip products. I am addicted to putting acid on my face to get rid of any acne scars and any active breakouts. The third thing that I am addicted to in a very long, weird list of obsessions and addictions are blackhead, whitehead, cyst removal, and earwax removal videos, because I don't know why, I just find them super duper satisfying. Now, before I go onto a tangent about all those things, I feel like there's a lot of misinformation about what blackheads actually are versus sebaceous filaments and the correct way to remove them. So I wanted to compile it into a video for you to get the lowdown. What is a sebaceous filament? I'm sure you've heard that a bunch of times when people are like, the truth about blackheads. They're not blackheads, they're sebaceous filaments. Sebaceous filaments are naturally occurring and they show up especially prominently in this thin skin around your face. So around your nose, like right underneath your lip when you do one of these and you see all those little bumps, those are sebaceous filaments. The filament part of the sebaceous filament refers to a hair-like structure that's essentially the pipe system or like a gutter system for your face. It helps distribute your natural oil that you produce, your sebum, onto the outermost layer of your skin to be moisturized and happy and healthy, and sometimes they can get clogged, but generally they are fine, they're doing their job, and you can see the hairs because they're secreting the sebum. You can decrease the appearance of sebaceous filaments by going ham on your nose with your hands. Don't do that. Using salicylic, BHA, or AHA treatments, do that. And using pore strips, maybe, we'll get into that later. But the sebaceous filament itself is composed of dead skin cells and sebum, and that's what you usually see kind of popping out of your nose when you do squish it. Everyone does it, don't worry. Good news is as we get older, everyone's skin naturally tends to dry out and produce less oil, and then sebaceous filaments will be less visible at that point. But what is a sebaceous filament in comparison to a blackhead? A sebaceous filament is 100% naturally occurring, but a blackhead is technically categorized as acne. So cystic acne, acne vulgaris, whiteheads, blackheads are all in that same gross skin family that we want to stamp out. Blackheads, or open comedones, as you have commonly heard them, are defined as a blocked sebaceous or sweat gland. And that plug in there is composed of sebum, skin debris, cast off skin cells, and other gunk that you want to prevent from getting in there with regular exfoliation, whether it be mechanical or chemical. I'm going to include here a close-up of my nose because I have a nice mix of blackheads and sebaceous filaments for you to take a gander at. But the question I wanted to answer today is, are pore strips actually good for you? There's a lot of myths about pore strips in terms of, they're actually bad for you, they can make your pores bigger, etc., etc., etc. So I'd like to answer those today. Pore strips have very mixed reviews across, personal sites and dermatologists. They all basically agree that it's a very superficial layer of removal and it won't help prevent, anything from coming back. The myth that pore strips can break capillaries on your nose is not true. The adhesive isn't strong enough to go in there and bust open your blood vessels. But what can happen is, because since your skin is so sensitive from the hot shower, the hot water, your skin can tear and it could damage your skin, or you can have an adverse reaction to the adhesive they use to put on your blackheads and rip them out. Pore strips also cannot make your pores bigger. I think everyone is enamored with the idea that pores can be shrunk, pores can open and close, but unfortunately from birth we're given our pore size. And what blackhead strips or pore strips do is when they take out all that gunk, if you don't use an astringent, if you don't rinse your nose with cold water or anything like that to make your skin contract again, that will kind of leave things a little bit more able to be blocked again, because it's kind of like you're leaving an open wound just here for everyone to see and germs to get into. If you use a pore strip, make sure you wash all the glue off, make sure you put cold water on your face and use an astringent, and preferably do it at night. That way you don't have to like go around during the day and whatever dirt and germs can get in from walking around. Do it at night. So you can use pore strips. Everyone just agrees they're super superficial. They're not great for you, they're not the worst for you, but there are better ways to get rid of your sebaceous filaments and blackheads and actually prevent them from coming back. What I found through my Google researching and poking around is that most skin aficionados and dermatologists on Google recommend a regimen of salicylic acid, AHA or BHA, to help your skin regulate oil and keep your pores, sebaceous glands, everything from getting clogged with sebum and skin debris. So I guess this ties into my other obsession with putting acid on my face. It's good for you. As you guys know, I am absolutely obsessive about everything. I like to put my research in before I do anything. And there are many sites on the internet that I frequent very often for their expertise. The Asian Beauty subreddit, Snow White and the Asian Pair, Skin and Tonics, but one of the most popular pages that I've gone to over and over again is 50 Shades of Snail. She has a super simple website. I really love it. She reviews Korean beauty products and she is a sassy mom. One of the most popular pages she has that pops up like #1 in Google search is Pore Myths, where she talks about 4 myths, which I'll link down in the description box below, but also a friendly, easy treatment and way to get rid of sebaceous filaments and blackheads with chemical and slight mechanical exfoliation. So credit to her 100%, and I'll show you the process now. As per 50 Shades of Snail herself, you want to do this in the morning because you don't want to end up washing your face over and over and over again. You can do it straight as you get up. I usually do this on the weekends when I don't have anything to do and I just want to pamper myself a little bit. You'll want to take a 2% BHA acid product, whether that's from CosRX, Stridex, Oxy, or Paula's Choice. There are a lot of drugstore and high-end alternatives for your BHA solution. Slather that on your nose and make sure to wait 25 minutes while those BHAs cut through all the oil and loosen all the dirt and debris. After the 25 minutes have elapsed, put on your favorite clay-based product on your face. I personally switch between the Umbrian clay mask from Fresh and the new Dr. Pore glacial blah 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 acne mask that I got during the holidays. I'm using the Dr. Pore brand today, and I'm going to wait 15 minutes as the stuff completely dries and gets sucked out with the clay. After those 15 minutes have passed, I then wash it off, put a carrier oil on my face. In this case, I just use my DHC Deep Cleansing Oil and leave it on for 15 minutes. After the 15 minutes have passed, you now massage your nose super gently for 2 to 3 minutes. So she mentions in her post that at this point when you're massaging your face, you should feel all the grits pop out of your nose. And just hearing that and reading it in my mind, I was like, that's so satisfying. I need to do this right now. And the first time I did it, only 2 little grits popped out of my nose. And I was really disappointed because I just assumed that it didn't work. And I completed the process, washed it off, debated on whether it was worth it, whether I was doing it again or should I do it again. And immediately after, when I was putting on my makeup to start the day, I realized that my nose looked much less textured than it did before. So even if any grits didn't come out, I could still visibly see a difference, and especially when I put my makeup on, because makeup is one of those weird things where it conceals everything, but it also reveals everything in terms of skin texture. So I really like it. I really highly recommend 50 Shades of Snail's recipe or strategy to remove or decrease the look of sebaceous filaments and get rid of any blackheads on your nose. And it's something that's kind of tried and true. I shared this post, well, my sister shared it with me and I shared it with my friends, and we all did it at one point, and we all noticed a difference in our noses. So if I can share 50 Shades of Snail's ultimate strategy and knowledge, I would definitely do it with you guys. I don't know why I did this. I think I was like channeling Beyonce and her twins or Rockefeller Records, but don't worry, I'm not part of the Illuminati. If you like this video, you might like some of the others on my channel, and if you like those, please feel free or consider subscribing. You don't have to if you don't want to, but if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer them, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one with better lighting. Bye. So I am addicted to lip products. I am addicted to putting acid on my face to get rid of any active